AHRC TV's weekly human rights program. These are the headlines. Madhesi activists arrested from workshop in Nepal. Hong Kong jurors see disturbing footage in murder trial of Indonesian women. Thai Supreme Court orders military to pay compensation in torture case. Indonesia's Public Information Commission decides government must publish Munil fact-finding report. Urgent appeals from Pakistan and Nepal. Welcome to AHRC TV's Just Asia. I'm April. This week, Just Asia begins with Nepal, where 22 Madhesi activists were arrested on October 23rd while participating in a leadership development workshop affiliated with Dr. C.K. Raut and his campaign. The activists from Nawalparasi district were meeting at a local hotel. A group of around 40 police officers, led by Police Inspector Ram Shankar Kohar, arrived and abruptly closed the workshop. The police hit the participants and arrested from without an arrest warrant. Equipment and other workshop material was confiscated. When the activists asked for an explanation for the arrest, the police threatened to shoot them. They were kept in illegal detention for around 10 hours without any food or water. When the arrested activists asked for food and water, the police warned them to stay silent. Due to their forceful arrest, 4 Madhesi activists, Bhupendra Yadav, Krishna Kohar, Ramkesh Gupta, and Sukram Rajbar were injured.
मलाई समात्न पाउनुहुन्न है म स्वच्छ तरिकाले आफ्नो काम गरिरहेको छु मलाई समात्न पाउनुहुन्न
In Hong Kong, the murder trial of 2 Indonesian women by British banker Rurik Jutting is ongoing. On Tuesday, jurors viewed harrowing iPhone footage showing his attacks on the first victim, 23-year-old Sumarti Ningsih, whose decaying body was later found in a suitcase in his balcony. Prosecutors told the court that Ningsih was tortured for 3 days after she arrived at his flat on October 25, 2014. Jutting had offered her money for sex. Standing trial for the 2 murders in his luxury apartment 2 years ago, Jutting pleaded not guilty on Monday on the grounds of diminished responsibility. He pleaded guilty to manslaughter, which was rejected by the prosecution. The disturbing footage was shown on individual screens to jurors, but reporters in court were able to hear the audio. Do you want me to hit you? If you say yes, I hit you once. If you say no, I hit you twice, Jutting was heard to say. The prosecution then showed a number of clips of a topless and ranting Jutting talking to the camera after he had killed Ningsih. Jutting had cut her neck with a serrated knife in the shower after forcing her to lick a toilet bowl. The second victim, 26-year-old Seneng Mujiasih, was also offered money for sex by Jutting. He later cut her throat on October 31st. Indonesian migrant organizations in Hong Kong have called for justice for the women and compensation for their families. Next, Thailand's Supreme Administrative Court upheld the absolute prohibition of torture and ordered the Thai Royal Army to pay a total of 505,000 baht as compensation to 2 Yala students with interest of 7 years. Speaking to the media, the 2 torture victims said this judgment will encourage other victims to speak out. Although the compensation does not cover the dignity they lost because of the torture, the students noted that at least the court forced the state to take responsibility for its violence. It has been 7 years since Mr. Isma Ete, Mr. Amasi Manak filed a case against the Royal Thai Army and Ministry of Defense concerning their arbitrary arrest and torture under the Martial Law Act BE 2457 by the military. Mr. Isma and Mr. Amisi were both arrested in 2009 while they were studying at Yala Rajabat University. Accused as suspects under the Emergency Decree BE 2548, They were detained at the Inkayuta Borihan military camp in Pattani province. While the Martial Law Act allows the detention of suspects up to 7 days, Mr. Isma and Mr. Amisi were detained for 9 days. During this time, both of them were electrocuted, forced to remove their clothes in the courtroom, and had water poured on their heads to force them to confess. The two students denied all charges, however.
อันดีนักศึกษาที่ถูกซ้อมประมาณปี52ตอนนั้นผมได้ถูกช็อกไฟและถอดเสื้ออยู่ในห้องแอร์และเจ้าหน้าที่ได้ลาดน้ำเทน้ำบนหัวให้เรารับสารภาพสิ่งที่เกิดขึ้นแต่เราปฏิเสธทุกอย่างประมาณ9 ปีแล้วคดียังไม่สิ้นสุดอยู่ในชั้นอุทธรณ์ศาลปกครองเพราะคิดว่าความเป็นธรรมอาจจะไม่มีในพื้นที่ถ้าเจ้าหน้าที่ใช้เวลายาวในการตัดสินใจตัดสินคดีในคดีเรา
In 2011, the Songkhla Administrative Court delivered a judgment ordering the Royal Thai Army to provide compensation to the two defendants. The court dismissed the argument, however, that the Ministry of Defense, as commander of the military officials who tortured them, must take responsibility as well. For this reason, the two defendants appealed to the Supreme Court, which also dismissed its argument, only reaffirming that the army must pay compensation. Moving to Indonesia, the country's Public Information Commission recently decided that the government must publish the fact-finding report on the assassination of prominent human rights defender Munir Said Talib. Munir was poisoned to death by intelligence agency officials aboard a Garuda flight in 2004. Shortly after the KIP decision, Munir's widow Suciwati, along with human rights activists and former members of the fact-finding team, submitted the decision to President Joko Widodo. The government's response, however, is that the report is still with former President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono. Former Cabinet Secretary under Mr. Yudhoyono, Mr. Sudi Silalahi, meanwhile, stated that the report is missing. The KIP issued its decision due to the fact that neither the Yudhoyono government nor the Widodo government took any steps to publish the fact-finding report into Munir's assassination. Publication of the report is part of the report's recommendation, as well as a more in-depth investigation into Munir's killing. As a result of significant pressure by Mrs. Suciwati and some human rights organizations, President Widodo has now ordered the Attorney General to question former President Yudhoyono regarding the whereabouts of the fact-finding report. Finally, the Urgent Appeals Weekly features 2 cases from Pakistan and Nepal. In Jacobabad, Sindh Province, Pakistan, police have abducted 4 women amidst a dispute between the Kabrani and Tahim tribes that has taken a violent turn. The tribes are clashing over land belonging to a weaker third tribe, the Saidan. In the tribal fight, 4 persons have been killed. In response, the police have filed cases against 17 persons, including 11 women, all belonging to the Saidan tribe. In Nepal, officers attached to Area Police Office Rangali illegally arrested and detained Galethon Khatun and her husband, and for 24 days she has been tortured and even hung upside down for 30 minutes. A husband and wife are now released on bail after submitting MPL 20,000 as bail amount. That is all for this episode of Just Asia. For more on this or other issues, please visit www.humanrights.asia or www.allc.asia/justasia. Thank you for watching and see you next week.